Check 1, 2. Namaste. We start from reclined position. So connecting to the moment. Through sensations. So feel the heels against the floor, calves against the floor, buttocks against the floor. Then feel that absence of touch at the lower back against the floor, and feel the presence of the touch upper back against the floor. Feel the touch of the back of the upper arms on the mat. Feel that increased sense of touch, perhaps along the inner upper arms. So noticing, discerning. Feel the absence of touch at the back of the neck, and feel the presence of touch at the back of the skull. So receiving this moment. And then connecting to today's context, Thaipusam. The Thaipusam, the story, there's no exact beginning, but one point we can take up is the story of Sati. So Sati, she burns herself. So that's what she's very well known for. Due to feeling non-accepted, due to feeling insulted, due to feeling slighted. So right now we take a look at Sati in us. We might not detect her very easily because superficially there's so much of social media entertainment. Things seems to be okay. But deep within, we might be burning. That key person do not honor us, or we're not feeling accepted or slighted or insulted. All these form a fire, and we tend to get immolated in this fire. So in the story it's like Sati burns herself, but for us, Sati continues to burn. And she's so consumed by the flames that she, who is a consort of Shiva, do not go to Shiva. She's just consumed by the insults, consumed by the slights, that she is just in the fire. And we too forget to connect to the bigger part of us, and we too get caught up in those slights and insults and just keep burning. So in this context, as we embody this burn Sati, we can work a little bit on the fire center, the Manipura area, the rectus abdominis. We can do a little bit of half-boat sequence. So bend the legs, hug the knees. Then point the arms forward. Curl the upper back off the floor. So head needn't be deliberately pulled towards the knees. It's more of the upper back curling off. And then also work on hip flexors, getting the thighs closer to the chest. So your lower shoulder blade should be off the floor, but the lower back stays on the floor. So it's a rounding. So the front ribs, carefully, front ribs move towards the abdomen, and thighs move towards the belly. Arms straight, yeah. Okay, lower shoulder blades, up, good, yeah, that's good, that's good. Up, yeah. Trying to stay up, lower shoulder blades off. Yeah, Michelle, touch more, lower shoulder blades off. Yeah. Lower, rest. So stay with this burn sensation, or that sensation you're getting at the abdominal area. And the practice is to see that, and also notice the bigger space of awareness in which this sense of contraction is felt. So that bigger space of consciousness is what is referred to in this story as the Shiva consciousness. And this small burn, that are some incidents in our life, but we then start to miss that bigger picture and get completely caught up in the burn of that incident. Second round. So curl, but this time the legs straighten forward. Arms forward, but lower back on the floor. Yeah, so lower back on the floor, upper back forward. Yeah, so shoulder blades off. So keep working on lower back down, front ribs towards the belly. So Navasana is where you kind of lift up. That's mainly hip flexors. This is more rectus abdominis. It is the clear shortening of the front torso. That's it, Kelly. Okay, lower back a bit more down, lower back down. Press it down, curl up a bit more. Yeah. Lower. So this sense of burn, and what we look at is not to get consumed by the stories such as, oh, I'm weak, or this stuff, and those kind of things. Then we are kind of self-immolating, burning ourselves more and more into a smallness, into a non-entity. So start to feel the presence of that bigger field of consciousness than the smaller field of experiences. So third round, bend the legs, feet on the floor, lower back strongly down. Take the hands behind the skull, interlace the fingers. Don't pull the head up though, interlace the fingers behind the skull, Rashid, behind the skull. So still the ribs pull forward and lower shoulder blades lift up, legs straighten. So whether legs point a bit up or down depends on lower back contact. limsukima, it's arching. So legs up a bit more, legs up a bit more. Pull the pubis in towards the navel a bit more. Flatten the lower back. Maybe that's a huge arch. That entire bolster can get under. See, this is so much. So you need to keep the legs bent for now. Take it down, take it down. No, you're arching. This you should flatten down. Okay? Yeah, you can always rest in between and come back. Just a few seconds. Release. There is the burn, but there is, that's one experience. Notice a bigger space. Breathe. So what we see is like the physical kind of burn. After a while, we have no confusion, we will let it go. We won't keep on doing this for years. But the emotional kind, we don't let go. We don't even realize that we're burning ourselves. Somewhere we start to like being the victim. So in our story, Sati is an immortal, always in the fire. And that is us, that tendency. To whatever incident which might suggest that we are unwanted, we might take it up and make it our identity and burn. So the next round, you can just come up for a moment to see, you can look at Susan. The last round is your round, where you choose which is most appropriate. So basically lower back should be down, lower shoulder blade should be up. So if you want, this position is fine. Mayon, you do this position. Yeah? So no point in that position holding the legs up. That is only for hip flexors. You need to get this action. So this is fine, or legs straightened. This is fine, legs a bit more up. That is fine. Hands behind is fine. Arms back is fine. But those who didn't feel much burn, your option is, okay. So, Sati, okay. So choose your option is not to simply just to challenge ourselves. It's based on the discernment that don't do it in a fancy. You have to be very sure that the earlier variations were very accessible, and then you look into this. So either with the weighted or just a 30 seconds so. Maybe I like it more with the feet down, legs bent, feet down, curl more, curl more. Yeah, still tread with the lower back down, upper back rounding. Okay, that's 30 seconds, rest. Yeah, Krishna, don't do anything which strains you. If it's okay, you can do. Yeah. Yep. So staying in Shavasana and just connecting back to the story. So the story is, there is this period of disconnect. So Sati always the consort of Shiva, in fact the half of Shiva, Ardhanarishwara in context. But so are we all. We are an individual, but never separate from the universe. But yet some incidents, some experiences, some narratives, some stories we completely immerse and burn ourselves in those stories, and then there's this disconnect. We don't sense that universe as part of us. So in the story it is put across as Sati is just separated from Shiva now because she burned herself. And when we are in such a situation, there is no guidance from that universal intelligence because we are so into the fire of our own miseries. Now in this time of disconnect, our whatever wisdom side, which is embodied as this character called Kashyapa, that marries Maya. So we still continue to exist. We have our sad stories, rage stories. We are mainly with them, but still we operate. But then our wisdom gets connected to all kinds of loose entertainment. We just want to forget stuff, perhaps to drinking, perhaps we kind of put ourselves in delusion. And then out of this combination is born 3 offsprings. All of them not wise, devilish. And they start to rule your world. Hug the knees, roll forward, come on to hands and knees. So this is Maya and Kashyapa's offsprings. It's dynamic, it conquers, it goes everywhere all the time. So that would mean we will do some dynamic sequences. So into down dog. Kalari 1, start. So those who are not familiar, you might have to just look at others and just do. The foot goes outside any. So any time you take the hands off, just make sure that the upper body doesn't lift up too much. In fact, it should go down a bit more. So Emily, go down as you take the hands up. Yeah, not up. Yeah, that's good, Krishna. After the next right and left, child pose. Three brothers go on rampage, so that is Kalari 1, the hopping version. So down dog, step right foot outside. So it's the hop, so just hop, change side and continue. So the stories say they conquer the 3 dimensions of the earthly dimension, the heavenly dimension, and the underworld. So the Kalari 1 it was the earth, this hop can be any of the other 2 worlds. Start to sense your power and get a bit excited about it. think even in terms of you can do more than what is being asked. This is nothing. Like handstand and down and like, because they're not really obedient. Okay, and child pose. So the teaching goes that Sage Kashyapa, their teacher and father, keeps telling them to watch the breath and to watch the mind, and but they mainly listen to the more interesting mother, Maya. The story goes that they dominate earth, and whatever is being referred to as the underworld, and then they set their sights on the heavens itself. So we embody that through starting Kalari 2, so just come up standing, so we get taller, a bit more upward. So Kalari 2, if you're not familiar, you just flow along with your friends by the side. So just stand, drop, lunge, back, and alternating sides. So after the next right and left, stand back. The adapted version, the next one is arms up. So you will step right foot forward, lean forward, protracted hands down, and left leg up. And then you will go back and land back. So start. Palms flat, Emily, as you put the hands down. Yeah. So it's like one flow. The hands flat, leg up, and okay. After the next right and left, stand. Now they're trying to really get their feet up in the heavens. So which is feet going up. So lunge and both just hop up and then land back. Okay. So feet to the heavens. Start. So points of focus, what Kashyapa would tell is keep the elbows straight. When you go up, don't let the elbows bend. Okay. After the next right and left, Uttanasana, stay. So here, Kashyapa will say, be aware of pelvic rotation. Focus on pelvic tilt forward. Even if the legs have to bend, focus on the pelvis. Focus on maintaining that lumbar curve. Maya would say, forget that. Concentrate head to the shins. Concentrate on doing whatever you can to get head to the shins. That's the attractive place. So our practice is to listen to Kashyapa. Focus on pelvis. Focus on breath. Now if you want, walk hands a little bit forward and then bend legs, come to a seated position, cross-legged position. Close eyes. So back to the story. So these three brothers are starting to gain a foothold in the heavens itself. So then the entities of the heavens panic and they need a solution. So they go to Shiva, and Shiva is in deep meditation as you are now. So the entities tell Shiva that these three forces, the mind, ego and intellect, or the story characters, have become so strong that they are starting to rob the qualities, the cities of the heavens, which would be compassion and goodwill and empathy, and all of that is getting destroyed. They're all getting knocked off, and it is just these three based on attraction and aversion, intelligence and cruelty, arrogance and delusion and disdain, and all of this is starting to dominate. And they need a solution. So Shiva, on hearing this, the story says that 6 sparks project out from his third eye. And these 6 sparks, by combining these six sparks, you can regain back your heavenly kingdom. So for us, these 6 sparks exist in us as the 6 chakras. So start to become aware of Mooladhara. So become aware of the pelvic floor and start to connect to the middle of that space. So though you don't, even if you don't know the chakra philosophy and all that, just take your awareness. These are energy vortices. Whenever our attention dips on these centers, we gather power. We connect to possibilities. Now shift your awareness to the upper pelvis, middle. Take your awareness to the navel area. Awareness to the heart space. Awareness to the throat space. Awareness to that third eye space. Awareness. The 6 chakras are basically this. So these 6 sparks come out, and then this is Shiva's concentrated power. Now that needs to be collected by one of the entities of the heavens, and that is Agni, the fire entity. So the fire entity collects the 6 sparks and take it towards earth. So the teaching here is, whatever our great intentions are, whatever our prayers are, for it to reach the higher powers, the messenger is Agni, is fire. So, in a ritualistic way, we pray before the lighted lamp. So somehow a prayer with a lit candle, or that somehow rings truer, that something might happen. And that is the same belief in the ancient yogic mythology, that through fire, whatever you are asking for reaches. In terms of practice, what it means is we can't just intend, we have to put in tapas. We have to put in effort. Through the fire of the effort, the higher powers understand what and where you're trying to go and will respond. So in terms of Agni and in terms of effort, we do a sequence. So open eyes, lie down on your belly. The midsection also means the lower back. So arms point back, hands on the floor, head, chest, legs up, stay. So join the big toes, join the heels if possible. So these are just directions. If the heels do not touch, it's okay. Press the legs back, press the heart forward and stay. But the legs stay up. Yeah, Rashid, up. Rest. So this Agni is kind of flying with the 6 sparks. So you can just come up. So you have the bolster, and you put the pelvis on top, and like Agni, she flies. Legs up, arms forward, arms forward. Yeah, okay. So just balancing. Okay. Okay, just wait. Yeah, others are just getting the bolster. So initially, to get the balance, you can have the arms pointing back, hands behind the skull. All that is a bit more easier to balance on the bolster. And only once you feel really confident, take the arms forward, because that's a bit more challenging. Okay, start. That's okay. Okay, now keep the arms straight, but dorsiflex the feet. Put the toes down, arms in front, palms down, head a bit down, and then you lift your body off the bolster. Press down, lift up. Not the body, I mean just the pelvis and the abdomen off, so it's like a chaturanga with arms in front. So trying to lift up, stay for a few breaths. Okay, Sayan, put the hands down, palms flat, feet down. Okay, I think you're not understanding. So you look at Annie, this is the position. Okay, so from the earlier position you land and then you lift up. Okay, so arms in front, on toes, lift up. Super cobra. Pelvis protracted, yeah, so you're still arching. That's great, yeah, that's the position. Emily, cobra pelvis, 10 times more. You're still arching, Emily. Okay. Lower, Shalabhasana on the bolster. And now dynamic. So arms in front, lift, hands down, curl. So this is a position. So you have to round. Emily, like, okay, just watch, yeah? So this is arched, there, you go that way, yeah. Okay. Yeah, around 10 times. Yeah, that's good, Lim Sikkim. Come on, Michelle. Cat. So, cat and cobra. Round, bit more cobra, Michelle. Okay, and rest. Because we're trying to embody, what happens is Agni is fire, but yet, because it's Shiva sparks, even Agni found it very difficult to fly with it. So now the story goes that Agni finally respectfully brings his 6 sparks into the river Ganges. And the Ganges lovingly kind of cools down these 6 sparks of Shiva and guides it to a forest. So this is a forest of the reeds, full of reeds. And forest is called Vanam in Sanskrit. And this particular kind of reed, what's the other word which is more common? R-E-E-D. Everybody should know, right? Okay, reeds. And that in Sanskrit is called Shara. So, into this Sharavana, these 6 sparks are taken by Ganges. And these 6 sparks then kind of get in a kind of put into a shape. So like our connective tissue gives the different cells a shape, it becomes the support. These reeds start to give a shape to these 6 sparks. So towards this binding of the reeds, let's come into Vajrasana. So just come up, sit on heels. And then work on taking the right arm, KCC, and strong internal rotation, take it behind, between the shoulder blades. And then left arm KCC, in strong external rotation and towards the bind. So the different sparks, the 6 sparks, the 2 arms, the 2 knees, the 2 feet, all starting to join together in this forest of the reeds in Sharavana. And because of this great entirety getting born as a solution is also called as Sharavana. In case you've gone to the Sharavana Bhavan restaurant, that's named after this particular entity. But it's you yourself, as you form your identity, it's important that where you form it around. Changing hands. Take the arms forward and turning the palms upward, bend the arms, and then take your right upper arm under the left, and then again entwine and stay in this position with the elbows a bit more lifted, around shoulder height. Yeah, elbows up a bit more, yeah. Release and change. Release, arms in front and into a shortish down dog, and then just jump sit. Close eyes. So in the story, these 6 sparks get shaped up by the reeds, and then it starts to embody as a special being. And it's got this very clear 6 tendencies, as we all do, as the 6 patterns of the chakras. And to nourish these 6 potentials, the heavenly entities sends the wives of the 7 great gurus known as Saptarishis. The 7 great teachers, their wives, descend onto this forest to guide this child. So they are called the Kritikas. So the Kritikas start to guide this boy into, as the story goes, into a superboy, capable of defeating the dominant demoniac forces. So we can work on nourishing and strengthening one particular area, which is the serratus anterior. So you can open eyes and take the arms forward. So first try to feel the lumbar curve, the natural lumbar curve. And then from here, feel the shoulder blades move away from the spine, and this is called protraction. And as you reach a point, you'll really feel something tightening here, something really hugging into the side back ribs. But what you'd watch out is the lumbar spine should not round. The lumbar is still undisturbed. And then as you inhale, it's not arms back, it's the shoulder blades going towards each other. So sometimes you'll feel a bit of a neck strain, you have to be careful as to what you feel the neck. So continue this. So today, this nourishing of the Kritikas, the preparation of the Kritikas, we work on this upper back muscles. Yeah. So really link the breath, protract, retract. Okay, so now we do the same thing from a supine position. So just lie down, arms up. So lumbar spine towards the floor, not excessive, but towards the floor. And then same thing, up, protract, down, retract. In your mind, you should rephrase it as not as so much up and down. It's like shoulder blades away, shoulder blades towards each other. Then you can hug the knees, come forward onto hands and knees. So the third version is a little bit weight bearing, hands and knees protract. So you have to get the lumbar, not excessive curvature, but it should not be too rounded. It's not cat-cow. So you have to get the lumbar around this much and then work on protract, retract. So now if this is easy, you'll be more Vajrasan. So if you're watching, more Vajrasan, and from here as you press, round, lean forward, lift the knees up. So you come, but still plantar flex. So still plantar flex, yeah, okay. You come into that position, and then retract, you come into this position. So this is a bit more weight bearing. Now see whether the hands can go even further back, quite close to the knees. So the Super Subramanian is where the feet is also off. So that is the full protraction and abdominal engagement. But today we start here. Okay, and child pose. So then come up and you can watch Susan. So just Susan supine, lie down. So this is nurturing by the external agency, so I'll be pressing her down a bit. So she has to do half Navasana. Half Navasana. So his lumbar is down. And when my feet is down here, this is easy, so protract. Yeah, so this is easy, retract. So if they are easily coming up, then you start to lean back a bit more. Yeah, so that then the weight is increasing. So, yeah, so like that. Okay? So around 8 to 10 times. So first start the supporting person, feet under the hips, just press down a bit. And if you find that they are easily going up and down, then you start to walk the feet a bit backward. Yeah, retract more, Joanna. Just completely go down, then press up. Jacob should fly off. Yeah. Press, that's right, Joanne, yeah. The head now stays down, Kelly. Kelly. The head doesn't move like that, it's just the arms. Half boat, legs are not like that. Head, yeah, just press, arms, head down, head down. Okay, so come on. So another version of this, Lim Swee Kim, just come here. Susan, take plank. So it's from the plank. So you can put the hands here, from here, and walk back. Yeah, and then retract, protract. Yeah, strongly. You stay there, protract it throughout. Okay. Yeah, okay. So another option is that's a bit tough to balance. Your feet on top of her feet, your hands here, you're also on plank. On top of her, feet there. This kind of thing, I think Michelle will be good. She does. Yeah, come. Fast. Yeah. It's a little boy, and so let's try. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So 6 times for the 6 faces of Subramanian. People are climbing up steps and all that today in Batu caves. We do our part, labor. Okay. So if you're scared about balanced, stand from this side, feet on the floor. Otherwise, you can do the other one. Okay. Yes, good, Yumi. Oh, Joanne. She's doing down dog. Should be plank. She's doing down dog.